Alright tubers, welcome back to the channel. Before we really start this video, I have multiple things I want to go over because I've been away for a while. I want to talk about some changes. I want to talk about the status of the XR and what we're doing in this video basically. So, some of you, a very small group of you I'm sure, have wondered, where has Kal been? One, it's the off season. It's winter time here in Pennsylvania. We've been getting a ton of snow and I generally don't ride too much in the winter time anymore. The last video I got you guys was just the year-end compilation just because I wanted to get something out there. I did it last year, so I kind of wanted to do the same thing this year with all the great footage and rides we had this year. Unfortunately, I really didn't get to ride the KTM after I did the conversion as a vlog for you guys, as I kind of lent out some of my GoPro gear to help my friend Kenny with his YouTube channel, and then winter just hit. Then we have painting. Painting one video, in my opinion, is just very boring unless you're doing something like we did with the Honda XR gas tank. That's interesting because a lot goes into it. It turns out really nice and there's many steps to it. Just doing regular parts and stuff, like for the XR, I didn't really want to bore you guys with that. And I still had a lot of it to do. So winter hit, I have a small garage. I didn't want to bother my uncle going over there and painting in his garage. I kind of wanted to make it work here. So that's been taking up a lot of my time on the weekends. We also had a broken laptop situation. My girlfriend broke the laptop. That's what I use to edit the videos. Can't really edit videos if you have a broken screen. So I had to source one, I had to buy one, I had to install it. Number 4 on the list, adulting. Been going to the dentist. That's been real fun. And also I've been taking advantage of the low mortgage rates. So I've been doing things like that around the house with my health. It's been taking up some time. And lastly, PlayStation 5. I got a PlayStation 5. The new Call of Duty is awesome, as you guys know. So that's been taking up a lot of my time. No excuses, but hey, winter, been working off camera, broken laptop, adulting, PlayStation 5. All valid reasons in my opinion. Changes. What has been going on here at the clubhouse? I sold the TRX 125 to a guy at work. He was pestering me about it. Sold it to him. He knew it was a project. Sold the Yamaha XS360. I want to put my main focus into my KTM, my R5, and finishing up this XR restoration. And I just felt like I was never going to get to that anytime soon. Changes to the channel. Monetization. Finally. I was eligible for monetization. It was a long process, but I'm here and I'm finally raking in a little bit of money. A small amount, a little bit. Something that has gotten me to kick this XR project into second gear, I got a check for the bike. I got paid in full. Furthermore, I did a little garage overhaul. I wanted to stay organized. I don't like things staying in the same spots constantly. And I got a new workbench. I got a free workbench from the guy who I'm building the XR for. So I have another area to work on, to store parts, and not just this one workbench. It's a different height, it's longer. So by getting rid of these two bikes, frees up time to ride and to focus on my bikes and the XR project. This here is a huge goal that has been accomplished. I'm very happy about that. This was unexpected, and I'm very happy about the new garage improvements. So what's coming up in 2021? I'm very excited for this season. Last season kind of sucked as far as everything that's going on in the world, but the riding was great. A lot of good rides, good times, but I want to do some changes here to the channel. I need to get you guys a new intro. The old one is dated. I want to change it up. It's too long and it features my old bike. I want to get a new camera. I talked about this before, but I don't know what to go with. The 8 or the 9. The 8 is cheaper. The 9's not too much more expensive. It dropped down a little bit since it's been released, but it's bigger, and I heard there's some bugs with it. Focus. I want to focus on my KTM. I want to focus on my riding. I want to focus on my Yamaha R5. With focusing on those two bikes, for the KTM, I need to get the Vortex ECU, some kind of slip-on, probably going to settle for the FMF, and I want to get a sub-cage and a handbrake. The Vortex ECU is about $6.99. A slip-on can range anywhere from $3.99 to $5.99. We'll figure out what we're going to do there as far as budget is concerned. Sub cage. I know a guy that makes custom ones. I don't really want to drop my bike off to a stranger, but there is a sub cage you can buy from themotorstore.com, and it's $4.50, and it's really nice. And the pegs aren't so far back up towards the rear fender. They kind of drop down a little bit, so you can actually ride a passenger. That's kind of how my 05 was. I got the 50 stunt pegs, and I kind of dropped them a little bit lower on the subframe itself. That's kind of where I like my feet to be. And I want to get a handbrake kit. On 50stunt.com for the 2020 500, it's marked down from $6.99 to $5.99. So that's generally the price for a dual caliper setup with a nice radial master cylinder. You're in the $500 to $600 range. So that's going to be our focus here as far as upgrades for the KTM. Some of you may ask why you buy Supermoto wheels and not an exhaust and an ECU right away. Well, yeah, those are expensive items. They're all expensive items, but I wanted to get the most expensive out of the way first. The wheels, the tires, the mounting. I already have the Moto Master kit up front. That was $1,400. So, you know, I bought that a while ago. I had it in stock. But you gotta understand, I didn't want to buy little cheap things and not have a Supermoto. That was number one. Get the Supermoto converted done and get the most expensive stuff out of the way. Yamaha R5. I want to do a new dash. It was a first attempt. I want to change it up. I have the electronic ignition. I've had it forever. I paid like $300. It's made by Vintage Smoke, but I'm no electrician when it comes to doing wiring and stuff. And the guy I do know that can do it, he like broke his leg or something, but I need to get back in touch with him. I got a new license plate for the R5 finally. Since I'm mounting it in the vertical position, you can't mount your horizontal license plate in the vertical position and have it be legal. So I waited 5 months for this. Kal-everybodyspal. Vertical position, legal, sweet. It was like $130, it wasn't cheap. Seat, I've had seat material sitting here since June. So I have the materials to make the seat, I just gotta design it and make it. Because again, that was a first attempt just like the dash, and I want to redo it. I want to ride this thing. I only have 136 miles on the odometer since I rebuilt this thing, and it's been rideable. And some of you guys who follow me really like the vintage R5 stuff, the RD350 stuff, the two-stroke, the Cafe Racer. I like it too. So I want to ride a lot more this season on that bike. This here is the file for the Honda XR80, all the receipts, part numbers, stuff like that. And I do have a list of things that we need to buy to go forward. Listed them out here. Petcock, I'm not putting the old one on that nice gas tank. I need a clamp for the airbox because it's just zip tied right now. It was missing. Rubber stopper, it's a little rubber stopper piece that goes on top of the rear brake pedal to prevent it from making contact with the bottom of the clutch case. Grips, drum lever, that's what actuates the rear brake, and unfortunately the one was damaged when I got the bike. And we need to get a chain and sprocket. So going forward with this video, what are we gonna do? I'm gonna show you the status of the XR80. We're remounting tires. Yes, that means the wheels are done. We're gonna be installing all the parts that I can possibly install, hardware provided, because I have a shelf full of finished parts downstairs. Mail time, we do have some new parts in. We're gonna be heading over to my friend Cody's house, who I sold the TRX 125 to. Ended up taking the whole motor apart, and the piston rings were stuck on the piston, and we were not getting compression. That's why I failed the compression test when I got it. So I tucked it away, was gonna save it for a rainy day, but I realized I was probably never gonna get to it for a while. So I ended up selling it, helping the guy out, and we were able to just hone out the cylinder, paint the cylinder, put it back together, and we got it to fire. But I gotta head back over there and to get it running right. And we're gonna be ordering said parts in this section here. So with that being said, let's go check out the XR. Right before I show you the XR, I just want to be clear about one thing. I didn't expect to be rambling on with this whiteboard for 9 minutes. I'm not going to put out a 30, 35 minute, 40 minute video. I'm going to have to break this up. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to do the XR status. We're going to do mail time, and I'm going to show you the wheels. And then I'm not going to be going too long. Maybe tomorrow or the next day, I'm going to be putting out the video of me making progress on this thing. Here's the wheels. They are super nice. At the end of my last build video, I said that I was going to be lacing the wheels, but let me tell you what, I had the hardest time ever trying to lace these things because I've never done it before. It was a challenge for me, and I kept putting them together, having to take them apart. I kept taking them apart, the nipples kept falling underneath here, falling under. It was so frustrating to say the least. And I finally got through it, woke up, got some coffee, and I think just the front wheel took me 3 days alone. And I don't know why, I just could not get the pattern down. I'm somewhat embarrassed because of that, but I filmed it, but you don't want to see it, trust me. So they're done. I dropped them off at my local motorcycle shop and I had them trued. They're nice and straight and they look fresh as hell. We're gonna move on to mail time. I got one piece in the mail. I'm waiting on one more. As I said before, we had a ton of snow here. It's been delaying the main piece I need to put the wheels and tires on the bike, but that's not gonna hold us back from mounting the tires. Got the rim strips, got the tubes. Oh yeah, let's see what we got here. These should be the dampening bushings for the cush drive for the rear sprocket. Gotta love NOS parts. So we got 4 of these. These go on each lug of the sprocket. Nice fresh rubber. The old ones were kind of cracked and basically were splitting. The other piece I'm waiting on is, it's a cover for the rear hub, and it actually covers the dampening bushings itself. And that's why when I first got the bike, if you back it up to a couple videos ago, when I was disassembling it, I noticed right away, I'm like, wow, this bike has cush drive, that's so cool. You could see the bushings itself, and they were dry rotted, as I was saying, but there's an actual plastic cover that goes over it. I was actually able to find an NOS one for 15 bucks. It'll be here any day now. We got another keychain. Got another one right here. This comes from the website when you order these brand new parts. Since I have other things to order, I expect a couple more of these, so if I can get a blue or a red one. Now I'm gonna say this to you guys face to face because I apologize. I have some major progress and assembly done to this bike, but I had to do it. I got paid for it. I had to go forward with what I could, and it takes so much time to edit and film and whatever. I'm gonna stop rambling, check it out. That's what we got so far. I don't know if I've shown you these shocks here. I found nice stock used replacements. I just went ahead and disassembled them and cleaned them up real nice. Took the spring off, sandblasted the springs, painted them. The bushings gave me the biggest problem on this bike by far. I couldn't get the old ones out. When I pressed the old ones out, I just pressed out the actual rubber out of the sleeve. There's an inner sleeve, rubber, and an outer sleeve. The outer sleeve stayed inside the swing arm, and I couldn't figure out what to do, you know. I had a custom tool made at the machine shop to try to press it out, but what was happening is, on my press, the swing arm was bending, and I didn't want to end up with a situation where I had to replace that. So I ended up surgically cutting them out with a hacksaw and then pressing in the new ones. But then what happened when I pressed in the new ones, I broke my vise. So the guy who gave me this table, the owner of this bike, also gave me a big dick vise. So that one's not breaking there. So I had my friend Forrest over and we put our 2 big heads together and we were able to get the new old stock bushings in there. But that was a huge headache and that was holding up this project for a while. But I mean, come on guys, look at this. Damn! Got a brand new air filter element in there. The shocks are minty. The paint is gorgeous. The motor is impeccable. Absolutely perfect. The gas cap actually wasn't in too bad a shape. I didn't even really polish it too much. I didn't want to take off the patina so much, but I do want it to shine a little bit. I might take some chrome polish to it. Got our brand new NOS tires here, ready for those nice wheels. So with that being said, guys, I'm glad you guys watched this video. Stay tuned for the next one. It won't be too long. Maybe 1 or 2 days max. We're gonna get these tires mounted. We're gonna be installing all the parts I have in the basement and getting this thing as far as we can get it. The only thing that's really gonna be holding me up is that plastic cover for the rear hub right here. I don't really see a point in putting those wheels on, just to have to take them right back off to put that cover on. But this is really all I have for right now. So stay tuned, guys. If you like what you've seen, you know what to do. If you're new, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.